It's Activation Day at Irish Sailing's performance headquarters here in Dún Laoghaire, and the countdown to Paris 2024 has begun. As part of the day, I spoke to Rory Fitzpatrick, head coach here at Irish Sailing, Finn Lynch, ICLA 7 and 2022 World No. 2 sailor, and Eve McMahon, ICLA 6 sailor and a triple gold medalist in 2022, winning the ILCA 6 European Youth, ILCA 6 World Youth and World Sailing Youth Championships. They're part of a strong team of Irish athletes hoping to qualify Ireland for the 2022 Summer Olympic Games in Paris. We're out here today and we're getting our first real look at the facility. It is brilliant, and it's probably a case study in economy and using what you've got, isn't it?
Yeah, it's designed to be efficient, function over form. We just wanted to have everything you need as a sailing athlete in one day all in the same spot, and we wanted it to be transportable as well. So we have the 3 container units here. One is for your mind, one is for your body, another one's for your boat. And you don't have to traipse across the city to go from one place to another to get to the gym, to get to the boat. It's just all in one spot, and it's damn cheap compared to your normal sports centre.
Yeah, and it's very compact, but very accessible, and you're getting the most out of it. How important is it to have kind of a centralised facility?
It's been a game changer for us. Just the ease at which the guys can go on the water. It's designed so that you can come down, you take the cover off and you go on the water. And we want to have a lot of similarity here as to what we have in the Olympic venue. So we have one of these units down in Marseille where the next Olympics are. Mm-hmm. And the idea is that they can fly down there and the next day they can go into the unit. It's identical, the build's down there, and they can pull off the cover of the boat and then go sailing. We can do a debriefing there with the same whiteboards in the same spot, my desk's in the same spot, and the whole thing works.
Is this the start now of the run to Paris 2024? Or is it going to be a full 15 months of travel and work and really, really hard training?
Yeah, we have a really intense year. I suppose our peak event will be the World Championships in The Hague, where it's the first chance to qualify the country. But other than that, we're kind of just taking it step by step, event by event. I
remember we were talking to you last year, Eve, and you were giving us a sort of small sample of the kind of things you've had to experience while you're on the road, because you can't bring your boats with you basically, so you have to use replicas. And I think in Houston last year you had a big hole in your boat and there was water getting in.
Yeah, no, I did have a little leak in my boat, but at the moment we have some trailers with boats on it in Europe, and obviously with Paris being in Europe it's very handy. So equipment for us is not so much of a big deal this year, and thankfully we do have the support from Irish Sailing to have trailers abroad.
And Rory was saying that they're perfect replicas, so in terms of shape, and they're all quite uniform, but is it still weird, like the feel of them? Do you sometimes find it strange using a different boat? Like the analogy I'm thinking of is golfers who train all the time and then rock up and rent a set of clubs at Augusta. Does it feel kind of weird? Or?
Yeah, you can definitely feel differences in different boats, but we have to get used to it. In the Olympics we'll be supplied a boat so that all the equipment is the same, and you just need to be able to adapt to the different feels of different boats.
Have you been out to Marseille yet? That's where the sailing events are taking place in 2024. Have you kind of got a sense of what the field is like?
Yeah, we were there last summer for some training, and we'll be there again this summer. It's a really, really great place for sailing, and I think Marseille is going to put on a show next summer.
Eve, you trained with Annalise Murphy during the pandemic, which, you know, must have been a hell of an apprenticeship. What kind of things did you learn from being out in Lanzarote that time? What have you picked up that you're bringing into this year?
I suppose just the competitive advantage, and you know, just kind of getting used to the highly competitive atmosphere. Training with Annalise, we also team up with the Danish sailing team as well. So it's not that often you kind of get to line up alongside Olympians. So I suppose I was kind of just trying to soak up that entire experience.
We have some really good young guns here with the Rocco Wrights or the Eve McMahon or the Fiacre McDonald's coming through, but we always need more of them. In sailing, the more you can have in a squad going for the same goal, the better, driving each other and pushing each other forward to be better. It's the more you can advance, because we don't have A to B timings like swimming or athletics. We have to compare off each other. So I'd always want to have more sailors, but the ones that we do have, their quality, they're here because they're the best and they're contenders against the best sailors overseas. So they're the real deal. They're there on merit. But we need more younger ones coming through with them. That's something that's always needed.
Perfect. So maybe Los Angeles 2028, once you've built up a head of steam in this run, might be the ultimate target, really?
For the younger ones, certainly. For the more experienced ones, like the Finn Lynch or, say, Rob Dixon and Sean Wadlove, they've got Olympics under their belt. They really want to go to this Olympics to perform. If you're Eve McMahon, you want to go to this Olympics to gain experience, but she's actually good enough to put in a good performance at the Olympics, and it's probably the best experience to learn what that's like, to try and deliver as much as you can at Olympics and the highs and lows and take that forward. And we have these young future contenders like Roko and Fikra who are youth world champions. They're the best in the world for their age right now, or Fikra got a bronze medal last week, but that's in an overage category. And they have to get the rub off for the future for 2024. We want to overlap with the older guys. So Eve got a fantastic overlap with Annalise during COVID. That allowed her to do school online and spend a winter training with Annalise and get the rub off with Annalise and another Danish Olympic medalist who was training with us. And that's just it's invaluable. It's something that brings the guys on a huge amount. So we want to keep creating those overlaps with the younger guys. And for 2028, it is. It's going to be those guys coming through, and I wouldn't be surprised if Finn is still going. He's still improving, and he's not that old for his class, at all. So we could have a really good team.
For more information on Irish sailing's athletes, visit www.sailing.ie.